In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Some of us, though very, very few, are the people who are desirous of doing something great. They want to do a very high quality work. Very few of us are not only desirous, rather, they are committed. Committed to gain the excellence in the work they are doing. Excellence, obviously. It is not something but what most of us want to do because it demands a big amount, a big amount of sacrifice. Being able to do something really, really great. I should like to put forward a kind of advice, a kind of dialogue which took place between the two people. One of those is not alive anymore, he is a legend, and the other one is still in his 50s. Now, I shall like to call those people by names. Dr. Zakir Naik is known to everybody in the world, particularly the people who are interested in the field of religions, because Dr. Zakir Naik is the number one personality as far the comparative religion is concerned, study on the comparative religion is concerned. Dr. Zakir Naik came to Pakistan in 1990. He says that I had just graduated from the medical college and I was doing my house job. I became interested in the work of Dawa, and I was interested in the work of Dawa. I got this inspiration from Sheikh Ahmed Didat Rahmatullah alayh, who was based in South Africa. So he came to Pakistan because he wanted to meet Dr. Israr Ahmed Rahmatullah alayh in 1990, mean 31 or 32 years back from today. He wanted to learn something from him. He wanted to seek inspiration from Dr. Israr Ahmed because his oratory was liked a lot, loved by Dr. Zakir Naik. In Urdu, he was of the view, Dr. Zakir Naik is of the view that out of all the dais, the work of Dr. Israr Ahmed is the finest one. He came to Pakistan to seek an advice from Dr. Israr Ahmed, and they were discussing. Dr. Zakir Naik told Dr. Israr Ahmed that I want to do the specialization in medical science as well as I want to do the work of Dawa. So these are the two main ambitions of my life. These are the two things which I want to start and want to carry it on. So in response to that, Dr. Israr Ahmed told Dr. Zakir Naik that if at all you do want to do a very good quality of work, if at all you want to do it in the much bigger circle, then you have to choose one of these two. You will not be able to carry it on. You will not be able to do it excellently. If at all in an excellent manner, two of the things cannot be done. One of the things is possible, although that is not a must as well, because it depends upon how committed you are and how much of the capabilities have you been gifted with by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you need to choose one of the two. Either you have to become a medical specialist, or you have to become a dai of dai for excellence. If at all you want to do the work of dawa in the finest best possible manner, you do have to focus upon it. You won't be able to carry to do the justice between the two of these things. This is number one, the kind of advice Dr. Zakir got from Dr. Israr Ahmed. Now, the second advice from Dr. Israr Ahmed was that you need to simplify your life. You need to become a minimalist. You need to minimize your expenses. Dr. Israr advised Dr. Zakir to make your life the simplest one. The simpler you are, the easier it would be to focus and to concentrate upon your work of dawa. And if at all you want to keep a high living standard, then what is going to happen? You will be dependent upon the donors, and these donors will actually so you will lose your independence. You will not be able to maintain your independence at all. You will be very much dependent and reliant upon these people, and they might interfere in your work. So if at all you want to if at all you do minimalize, you do become a minimalist, if at all you do minimize your expenses, then only it would be easy for you to to gain and to retain your independence. You will not be depending upon anyone else for the sake of financial for the sake of your financial needs. So this is really so, the two of these things. You need to look upon the life of the students, what the students study in the primary. In the primary, a student have to read so many of the subjects, in the middle as well, in the metric as well, in the intermediate. The some of the subjects are exempted, are left behind. In the graduation, the subjects are further reduced, and in the masters, if a student is studying at the level of the masters, he have to focus upon one subject alone. And then as for the MPhil comes, out of that one subject, you don't have to cover the whole of that. You need to further reduce the range and enhance the quality of your work. And if at all you are going to do the doctorate, during this you have to minimize even further. You have to reduce it even further. You do have to focus on upon a very tiny branch of that particular subject. And if at all you do want to earn the degree of doctorate, so this actually means that you need, if at all you want to you need to become very limited. You need to choose a very tiny subject if at all you want to perform better. And if at all you want to do an ordinary work, you can take the two, you can take the three, etc., etc. But if at all you do want to do the specialization in any of the work, you have to choose one subject only. You can't do the justice with more than one thing at all. So for that reason, you will not be able to do any of those things. You will not be able to do any of those things if at all there are more than one and you want to do it well. This is number one. And number two, obviously, which I already said, that make your life as simple as possible. Reduce and keep reducing the expenses, your expenses, your living standard. Be a minimalist. Practice the minimalism. You do have to practice the minimalism in letter and spirit, and so that you will not be worried much about how to earn the money, how to somehow how to get the money for your home expenses. You will be free of this type of worries. So the two of these things are not only for those people who want to do the work of Dawa, not only for those people, rather it is during the, even if we had to become a doctor, if we, even if we do have to become a specialist doctor or specialist, specialization in the surgery or medicine, I think that during his studies he do have to keep his expenses at a lesser level and even more lesser level. But later on, though, as for the specialist doctors are concerned, they do earn a lot of money, and there is no dearth of the finances in the life of a specialist doctor. They can easily maintain a high living standard. But as for the people who want to do the work of Dawa, as for these people who want to do the work of preaching Islam, preaching Islam, the two people, the two preachers, the people who are genuinely committed, and they are not going to mix anything else, to please their donors. You don't have to rely upon your donors at all, because if at all you are dependent upon some of the people to meet your financial needs, what is going to happen? Obviously you do have to listen to them a lot, and they might be interfering. They might do the interference in what you are doing and what you plan to do in the future as well. So, dear friends and fellows in Pakistan, these are the two of things which must be kept in the mind for all the people. For all the people who want to do something great, for all the people who want to do something really great. So these are the two advices by Dr. Israr Ahmed to Dr. Zakir Naik, the two great personalities. One, obviously, the Dr. Israr Ahmed, who used to speak in Urdu, and it was the Urdu speaking people who could understand well whatever he was found saying. Though he was good in English as well, but his medium of preaching remained Urdu. But as for the Dr. Zakir Naik is concerned, the whole world knows about him. He is a person, maybe, who, a person like him was not born in the past few centuries. He is such a great human being and a great Dahi and a great Muslim preacher. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair.